Hello, the beautiful traders. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desmond Samuel, and this is yet another episode of our lovely weekly outlook. Now, in case you're just new to my channel and you're wondering what this whole weekly outlook thing entails, you need to understand that this is a series, all right? So this is a playlist on my YouTube channel that I've dedicated to coming on here every single weekend to give you guys the best and juiciest trading opportunity for the weeks ahead. Tell you guys what I'm currently looking at and how you can go ahead navigating this foreign exchange market in real time. All right. So if you're new to my channel and then you are sure you have the conviction in you that you want to make money this year, 2024 and beyond, you need to click the subscribe button. Not only that, drop a comment and like. All right. So now I'll tell you guys my screen because I've got about I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. So the markets are lining up juice, guys, the best of the best. All right. You guys know me, man. If you doubt me, check my previous videos. I've not had a losing trade. For real, I've not had a losing trade. All right. If you doubt me, check my previous videos. All right. So without wasting any much time, let's kick in. So the first pair on my list now would be EURUSD. All right. I like to start with the EU. This is best known to me. All right. So EU is like the easiest and the most traded pair at the moment. So now this is EURUSD. All right. So this is my chart. We're gonna load up in a bit. Guys, now I know we've had a lot of geopolitical events kicking in. I know we've had some real uncertainties starting to kick in. However, you need to also understand that we as traders make the most money when there is panic. Right? When others are panicking, this is the easiest time to make money as a trader. So you must have that mind. You must have that mindset and that mentality when you're coming to trade. That listen, when others are panicking, is when we make money as traders. Right? So without wasting any much time, if you check my previous video, you see where we are now. So this is EURUSD in a nutshell. We've had this head and shoulders pattern here, and you guys know, I mean, if you're new or if you've been trading for a while, you actually get to understand that a chart pattern is only validated once we've had the neckline broken and then tested, in the sense that this every chart pattern you see is a range, right? So it is only validated once you see a clear candle break and close outside of the range, and they will now anticipate some form of consolidation or pullback before we actually continue in the direction of the breakout. And that is exactly what's happening here. We have the head and shoulders pattern, and then we have this neckline breakout. And if I measure this pip count in here like so, it is equivalent to this, right? So if I place, if I shift my key level down here. Now, by the way, if you want to learn how I plot these key levels and how I'm able to be this spot on and accurate, you need to check the link in the description to bring you straight to my Telegram community. Or if you want to go down that route, you can shoot me an email. My email there is desmondsamuel68@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, let me know what you want. Do you want to learn? Because I'm available to teach you personally, and my course is currently on a 50% discount. All right. So do yourself that great injustice, and then be sure to let me know what you want. All right. So without wasting any much time here, this is where we're at the moment. We've had this clear break. All right. So we had a clear break, a clear 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've had like a week outside of here spent so far. So now ideally, whenever you break a structure, technically 9 times out of 10 times, we should always come back to retest that structure, right? Because now this is a trend beginning here. So you've had this high, you have this lower high, lower, some form of equal low, lower high. This is a lower low. So technically, we should be seeing a lower high somewhere around here. Either this is going to form here, or now the reason as to why this guy has not dropped is because of this guy, right? It's because of this guy. So I'm actually anticipating that the EURUSD will pull back up for some, for some dollar weakness, and then assume some gather some more orders right here before actually collapse, because we have lots of liquidity stored up here. All right, so the market has to go back and retest that. Technically it should, however, it's just taking longer than usual, because I thought that by now we should be up here, considering the fact that this breakout happened last week. But that's not by the way. So what are we looking for on the euro? So it's very simple, right? So we need to see a decent. You can see that upon the breakout here, we had this supply created, yeah. And whenever you have a supply created this way, we should see a pullback to that supply and then continue in the direction of the breakout. And if I bring my Fibonacci like this, you can see how it lines up Perfectly. Now, once again, if you want to know how I do these things, as a pro, you need to check my Telegram community or shoot me an email, tell me that you want to learn, I'll teach you. All right. So yeah, long story short, we need to see a pullback on the euro. I guess that's why this guy has been stalling around here, just been reading for a while. So a decent pullback to this not 1.07400 should be decent, a decent short area for us to actually dump our shots on this guy and then collapse it all the way to the key level, which is 1.05400. All right, so that's that for the euro dollar. The next pair on my list now would be GBPUSD. So GBPUSD on the other hand has something very different from what I was actually waiting for. It did something entirely different. And guys, this is what you must also prepare yourself for if you want to be a trader. The market can be as irrational as long as possible. All right. So this pair here, this pair I just been moving down south. However, it has not given us the best of structures, the best of pullbacks so far. Right? I was actually anticipating that with this whole divergence, we should actually see maybe some form of pullback to it that we are, since this was already a supply that was created here. Listen, we collapsed here and then we collapsed further here. So this was a supply created, and I was expecting the market to pull back to validate this whole supply before continuing. However, that didn't happen. Right? Very disappointing, but guys, that's how that's how the game goes. All right, it can be very dramatic at some point. All right, so that's that for GU. So I'm still watching this guy. So two things are possible. It's either we reverse from this point all the way back, or which, I mean, from the look of things now, it seems a 50-50 now, because this looks very heavy. All right, we have bled all the way. Look at this. All right, so we have been bleeding for a very long time. Then this is very very heavy. So should, in case this guy does not work out for us, this is our plan B. So plan B, and that's one of the things I teach you guys, in my mentorship program, is how to have contingency plans. You must have plans in place should case one not work out for you, should scenario one not work out for you, you should have other things on ground. All right. So now this is GBPUSD. Now, ideally, if you look at this guy, we should actually see a pullback, right? Because we have lots of liquidity, we have lots of unretested areas here. However, the market happens. Maybe it just wants to get here first, find its balance, and then we now pull back. Either ways, I'm super bearish on GBPUSD. And in the event that we don't get a decent pullback to 1.25192, we should actually see a collapse breaking below 1.230, and then a pullback there will be very decent. This should be the easiest trade, right? A pullback, below this whole level here will be a very decent opportunity to go short on this guy, or at your already exiting short position. We have about 170 pips in here, so it is decent. All right, so I'm just gonna I'll give GU another week or two. Let me see what it does. All right, if I do not see any signs of a decent pullback here, because this is becoming quite linear. So if I don't see any signs of decent pullback, to this back to the prior broken level, then I have no business shorting this guy in this trade. I'd rather wait for it to break below here, below 1.23000. All right. So that's about GBPUSD. So the next part on my list now will be AUDUSD. So AUDUSD on the other hand has been trying to be funny, right? Just trying to be funny. So remember when we broke out of this range here, I said to you guys that we had some form of obstacle down here, and it was this guy. So I was actually banking on the fact that the market would maybe pull back into this point here, because if you look at how far we've dropped, this is a double top to start with. So this was a neckline. Not had any form of decent pullback at all. We just want to collapse. Now, mind you, I'm not really a big fan of this pair, because this pair is just very slow. It could be slow sometimes, right? So now, once again, I opened my chart today and I saw that the market came to react off of this prior low here that actually reversed the market. Right? So I'm just watching carefully. If you do not see a decent pullback to this area here, I'll be waiting for this guy to break below 0.64000, and then I'll now be very, very confident to drop this guy on his head all the way to 0.6296. Now, once again, if you want to learn how we do these things, how we determine these minor levels and major levels and trend lines and Fibonacci, just click the link in the description. It's going to bring you straight to my channel, and then you get to meet like-minded traders like yourself, and then you speak to me directly if you want to learn how to trade Forex, from scratch, from beginner, from even if you're a pro, and then you just need some finishing touches. There's money here for you. All right. So that's that for the Aussie dollar. The next pair on my list now is NZD/USD. So for NZD/USD is something similar, yeah, something very, very, very similar. Now we have actually let me just go from higher time frame so you guys understand where we're coming from. So I have been calling NZD/USD from inside of here. In fact, from inside of here. If it doesn't, check my previous videos. Right? So from inside of here, we've been calling this guy for short, and we just broke out here, came back to retest the neckline of this double top. As you can see here, double top neckline break, first retest, second retest, collapse. All right. So now after breaking this particular structure, I was expecting NZD/USD to come in here fully. All right. It came just a few pips shy, and quite frankly, I've seen the market do something like this several times, and he ended up stopping me out when I took the trade here. So that's why I didn't even bother, trying myself. So now we have two things now. It is more of a 50-50 here. So the market could actually come back here to this point here next week, or we actually collapse below here. Whichever the case is, I'm super bearish on this guy. I'm bearish to the tune of 85%. All right, so I just need to see a decent break below here and a pullback, and then I'll be here once again to let you guys know when this market is ready to roll over. Now, this isn't just the only TP point. If you scale up to the weekly time frame, you get to understand how far this guy has to drop. Right, it has a very long way to go. It has a very long way to go. So this is just one of the TP points. This is 171.6. Pull it all the way down, you have nearly 400 pips to go. All right, so and this could take a month to play out, so you have enough trades. Best believe you have enough trades to take. So you just have to do yourself a great injustice, do yourself a great deal of justice, and then make sure you tune into my channel on time. If possible, turn on the post notification so that whenever I drop a video, you're among the very first few to actually see it and prepare yourself accordingly. All right, so for NZD/USD, we need to see a collapse, because now this is also a candlestick pattern for a sell. All right, so it's more of a 50-50 at the moment. We could actually see this guy pull all the way back here or break below. Now, if it breaks below, I'll be happy because I have my bar right here, and I'll just scale down to my 1 hour time frame and wait for a decent pullback and then collapse this guy first of all to 0.57716. However, in the event that we actually fail to break below here and they will come on here, I'll still be looking for a short term sell to this point, and then I wait to see what the market would love to do here before I now decide for that. All right, so that's that for NZD/USD in a nutshell. So the next pair on my list is now NZD CAD. So for NZD CAD, I've been highlighting NZD CAD to the downside for the longest time. All right, once again, if you doubt me, just simply check my recent videos. All right, just scroll up and check them. So now for NZD CAD, this has a similar structure to NZD/USD. Is very, very similar. Double top here, break of neckline, retest here, collapse. All right, so now I came on here to let you guys know at some point that I was going to take a trade on this guy called NZD CAD somewhere in the past. However, that didn't materialize. All right, we came on here, we just played around. Instead of us reversing, we blew all the way through. All right, and then when I noticed this, I got to see that we had some form of Fibonacci play right here. I did not take this neckline into consideration at all because I felt like it was already too high for the market to pull back. However, it did pull back. All right, it pulled back nicely, and if you plot your flip like this, you get to realize what exactly I am talking about. All right, let me see if there's a possibility of a trend line play here. Yeah, so that's that for NZD CAD. So long story short, we hit target. We hit target earlier on this afternoon in Nigerian time 1 p.m. We hit target. So now what's next for NZD CAD is easy. All right, so as we have smashed TP here, we don't need to be trading in here anymore. So our next next priority is a break below here. So once we can see a decent break below here, we scale down to the 1 hour time frame, look for decent pullbacks, and then jump on the sell trade. We are actually coming all the way to 0.9650. You heard it here first on Desmond, on Desmond's channel. The prime target for NZD card moving forward is 0.79650. All right, so you just find a way, find a decent pullback instead of here, and then jump on a trade, risk whatever percentage you want to risk just to make money off of it. All right, so that's NZD card for you. So the next pair on my list now is USD card. So for USD card, for USD card, it's the exact opposite of what over the rest of the pairs I've been in. Now, mind you, once again, if you're new to this channel and you're liking this content, you like what you're seeing, you want us to continue pushing out valuable content like this, please hit the subscribe button. Leave a like and comment. Let me know what you think, or are there any pairs that you're currently struggling with, or is there something you need my help with? Let me know in the comments. If not, you can privately send me in an email, whichever one works. So prior to this rally on USD card, we are actually in an ascending triangle, all right. And typically, whenever we have something like this form in the market, we tend to blow all the way to the upside, all right. So this is USD card in a nutshell. Now we've broken out, and then we're trying to come back to retest it, because this is a break of structure. We need to come back and retest it, because this is technical analysis, and that's how price action is. You break a low, you come back to retest it with a lower high, all right. So that is how it is. So for me, I'm banking on a decent pullback on this guy. So now I have a level that I'm actually watching closely, which is above here. All right, I target above here. Now the reason as to why I put it above there is because as you can see what is going on in with AUDUSD. All right, so it is always the levels that you tend to ignore that the market gets to react from. All right, and if I put my feet like this, you can see it lines up perfectly. So I'm sat on my hands as we speak. I'm waiting for you guys to pull back distantly, pull back nicely, and then I'll be sure to let you guys know when this pair is ready to blow all the way to the upside. All right, so that is the USD card in a nutshell. The next pair on my list is the S&P 500. So for the S&P 500, it's very, very simple. Like I said, all the pairs are actually pulling back right now, and they are ready to blow all the way out. So that's why they are pulling back, because listen, price action is not linear. If the market is going to go from support to resistance, it will not just jump like that. It goes in waves. All right. So as you can see right here, S&P 500 has been bullish for the longest of times. However, now we are starting to pull back, which makes it a healthy trend. This is how the market should be. This is a very, very healthy trend. So now, long story short, we've had a break of structure, and then this is currently the pullback, and this pullback is taken along the Nasdaq and US 30 with it. All right. So how do you go about making money off this guy? It's very simple. I allow the market retest and balance itself out. You see what happened here, right? We broke below here, we rallied, came all the way to balance out here. So I allow the market bounce after the retest and bounce up, right? So entry somewhere around here. Once you've had a solid four candle break and close, or bounce and close above a level or below a level, you're sure of your entry. All right. So for me personally, I'm waiting this guy patiently for it to come and balance itself out on these 4,800 and 44.85 basis points. All right, I need to see it here balanced out, and when it is about to blow all the way out, that's when I now jump in. All right, so I'll always allow the market to decide the trend before you jump in. There is no price tag for anybody who wants to start a trend. You cannot even start a trend. All right, so allow the market start the trend, and then you jump in. All right, so that's that for the S&P 500. So the next pair on my list now is gold. All right, so gold, once again, something similar. A lot of pairs are actually pulling back right now. Okay, so gold has been long overdue for a decent pullback. All right, we have some form of demand level here, which the market has created. First of all, this is a weekly time frame perspective. This is what gold looks like on a major time frame. Right, so we had this breakout here where we're in this range since 2020. Now we've had this breakout here all the way to the outside. Now prior to this guy running all the way here, it created some form of demand somewhere around here. So ideally, what I would advise you to do is wait for the market to pull into this already created demand here, and then wait for some form of reactions off of here before you actually go long on this guy. All right. For me, I'm super bullish on gold. I don't care what anybody says or does. I'm actually very super bullish on gold. All right. So, however, you can't just jump in here. You have to wait for the market to pull back and quit trying to force the market to pull back. All right. Allow the market pull back in its own time. So you don't end up stressing yourself and your mental capital, so that when the market is ready, you have enough capital to jump into a trade and make money. All right. So the next pair on my list now is Nasdaq. So the US 100 or US Tech or however you guys want to call it. So Nasdaq on the other hand shadows S&P 500. All right. In the sense that S&P 500 is the Euro USD of Nasdaq. All right. So this is where we are at on Nasdaq here. We've had a decent breakout of this particular range here, and it's very similar to what we are seeing on US 30 and S&P 500. So you can see here we actually rallied all the way from this bottom here, and then we've broken above a level, and then now we're going back to retest it before now continue to the other direction. So the level to look out for is 1,000. Okay, 1,650 is 16,531.2 points for Nasdaq. All right, so that is your bone of contention. And then as you can see clearly, the market is pulling back into a support level or a demand level, and then into a trend line. So these are like solid conferences, and then also you can make use of more conferences when you scale down to the lower time frame before you make your entries. So when it comes to the stock market, commodity and oil and cryptocurrency and gold, I sincerely recommend that you use the lowest loss as possible if you're new to trading. Once again, if you want to know how this things work, click the link here and send me an email. I shall respond to you. All right. So the mentorship program is $50 at the moment. Now, the moment my course gets uploaded online, the full fee is back to $100. All right. So this is the best time for you to get in, and then this is the best time to learn as fast as possible, because now by the time every single pair aligns well, I may not have the time to come back here and then keep on telling you guys to grab the course. All right. So just help yourself. Okay. Just help yourself. So the next pair on my list now is US 30. So US 30 also has a similar structure to what Nasdaq have been doing, Nasdaq and S&P 500. So it is very so if you want to trade Nasdaq, okay, try as much as you can to mirror the S&P 500. Okay, take a look at the S&P. What is it doing at the moment, so you know how to plan your trades accordingly. So this is also US 30. In Russia, we have had this inverse insurance pattern here. This was a neckline breakout. Then the market came back to retest this particular point here. So if I try to prove how many people had in here. All right, so now to precisely estimate how many people we rally out into, you do this. All right, so once you do that, you get like a rough figure of where you should be targeting your trade long term, and which is this bar right here. All right, so that's that for US 30. It's very simple. Wait the pullback to 36,300 points. All right. 36,300 points, which is somewhere around here, and look for a decent entry criteria. Don't just look for a decent entry strategy. Don't just jump on trade because you've seen that it is going in your direction. You may end up having an accident, all right, or losing money. So that's what I mean by an accident. So that's that for the US 30. I'm very bullish on this guy. However, if you go long from any of these levels here, you should always take out 50% of your money at this point here, because this was a turning point of the market. All right, so take out some bit of money and then ensure that each and every one of your trades are running risk free. All right, so that's that for US 30. Now the last pair on my list will be the dollar index. All right, so now for the dollar index, you need to understand that first of all, if you're new, the XY or the dollar index is practically a bucket of every other currency pair versus the dollar. All right, so now I have been highlighting the XY to the upside for the longest of times. All right, if you doubt me, check my previous video, you'll see clearly. I've been highlighting this guy bullish. I've been so bullish right from last year, and now we're actually starting to see the breakout. All right, so we've created this demand right here, and we need the market to potentially come back and then retest that demand before rally all the way to the upside. So for me personally, I'm not in a rush. I'm not going to try and force a pullback, or I will actually allow the market pull back in its own time, so that when I want to make my money, it is a lot easier for me. All right. So this is the XY in a nutshell. We are super bullish. Every single thing that indicates a downtrend has been taken out. All right. We have taken out every single thing that indicates a downtrend, be it chart patterns, be it level structures, trend lines, they are all out of the way. This guy is super bullish as he stands. All right. So once again, guys, my name is Desmond Samuel, and that is my time. And if you found value in this video, leave a comment, leave a like, and above all, just subscribe to the channel. All right, because I'm also trying to grow my community. All right. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in next week's episode. Trade safe and peace out.